going on, everybody? It's Jacob, the skateboard mentor. Today, I'm gonna just talk about the importance of your time, the importance of financial freedom. We have the question, what is financial independence? How do I become financially free? Is it so far out there to where it's gonna take me 20, 30, 40 years? Or is it even possible for me, just an average person, to become financially free? And the question's yes, anybody can do it, okay? There's ultimately three things that it boils down to. Financial independence allows you to free up your time. There's no more clocking in. There's no more working for someone else. There's no more struggling to hit a schedule that you don't want to follow, being stuck in traffic for a job that you don't want to go to, right? You get your time back. We spend 8 hours sleeping. We spend 8 hours at least a day working if you're working full time. And then we have the last 8 hours of doing what? So financial independence allows you to have that 24 hours in your day. You get to decide how much you sleep. You get to decide how much you work, and ultimately what you're doing with your life, okay? Second, it allows you to help other people. It puts you in a position of power to where you can help the community. You can help the marketplace, because only from positions of strength can you really help someone. You know, I love the saying or the expression where on the airplane, you have to put your oxygen mask on first before you help your children, before you help someone else, okay? In the same aspect, you know, I had someone reach out to me and they said, Jacob, you know, I have a family member, they're sick. I don't know what to do, man. I'm sad. It's hurting me. Why are they sick? And you know, this is my family. It just makes me want to not do anything. I don't feel productive. I just want to punch a hole in the wall. And we talked about it, and it's like, yes, man, this sucks. Nobody deserves cancer or an illness. You know, it hurts you. It's painful. We have to acknowledge that. You know, we're not just suppressing our feelings. We're taking it on and realizing this is the situation. Now, what can I do about it? And if I truly love this person and want to be a support system to them while they're going through this, you know, sickness, I ultimately have to help myself first. If they just see me going off the deep end and not being productive, like, that's only gonna negatively affect them, right? So what could we do? We could study more, we could improve ourselves more, we could learn about the illness and be an asset to them instead of just going off and letting our emotions take the best of us. We can harness it and transform that negative energy into something positive to really help them in the future, to be there for them, okay? And the last one, just for the sake of the person you become, to be financially free. You know, it's really not what we get. The Lamborghinis, the big house, the private jets, we got the yacht, and we've got the jewelry, and you see it flashy all over social media, traveling to wherever, Dubai, and it's like, these are all great things. It comes with financial independence, it comes with being financially free, but the biggest part of this is who you become. It's what you become in the process, not what you get, but who you become. And with that, when you're starting out, you can start out with $1. You can start out with $10, $100, $2,000. Wherever you're at now, you can always start, because it's really not what you have, it's what you're doing with what you have. Being resourceful instead of dependable, you know, self-accountability, where you get paid, whether you're getting paid once a month, you know, twice a month, every week, whether that be cash or direct to your deposit. What are we doing with the money that we have now that will allow us to be financially free later? You know, we don't need to be a trust fund baby. We don't have to have been born into a golden egg family that has millions of dollars and helps us just start a business. You could start with nothing, utilize what you have, harness it, and turn it into something for the future, you know? So for example, here's a book recommendation, The Richest Man in Babylon. I'm sure I have it right here. Actually, this top one right here, The Richest Man in Babylon. Tiny book, you can read it in just an hour or two, but it teaches a very important lesson about money. What it says is to live off of 70%. And if you can learn to live below your means, now we're starting to understand economics. We're starting to learn about the value of a dollar. Okay, so you get $1. You take 70% and you pay yourself. That you live off of. Your rent, your car, your food, going out. All of your expenses you use for the 70%. And now you say, well, what do I do with the other 30%? Can I spend it? Do I just invest it into the stock market? What do I do with 30%? And the book talks about, and I really believe, giving back. You know, Tony Robbins says the art of living is giving. Those that give shall receive. If you want something, don't think about getting. Think about what you have to offer to someone in order to get that back, okay? If your glass is full, you gotta empty out the glass and allow new things to come to your life. You have to let go of things that you're holding on to in order to receive new things. So we're constantly adapting and changing. So giving back is just one way where you can sit back and say, you know, I don't have everything. I don't have $1 million, but my mindset has to change. So I will live below my means, and a portion of it, whether it be 10%, whether it be 1%, it's not the amount that matters, it's what you're doing, it's the systems, right? So you could be living off of 97% of your income, donating 1%, and just having the other 1%, which we'll get into. Well, you have to think about, right now, say you get $1,000 every 2 weeks. From that $1,000, are you willing to give $100 away? If that answer is no, then what makes you think when becoming financially free, are you actually willing to donate $100,000 out of $1 million? Now you're starting to see it's important. When you get $1, would you give 10 cents away? Yeah, why not? It's just 10 cents. Would you give 10 cents of every dollar that you make to a charity you believe in, to something that you're passionate about, like the ocean and cleaning up beaches, or feeding hungry children, or providing clean water access, or homeless people? It's like the options are endless. Cancer, you know, it can go to hospitals, whatever it is. It's the point of you rewiring the way that you treat your money and giving it out to the world. So you're always, a portion of your profits, you're donating. Okay, so we live off the 70% and now we donate 10%. What do we do with the other 10%? This is for capital, for with what you're doing, maybe a product or a service, the marketplace. You're becoming your own entrepreneur. You know, there's those that lay in bed and dream, and there's those that get up and live their dreams and, you know, work towards their dreams. So what is that? And then how can we turn that into a product, into a service? Maybe you love music and you want to be a music producer, or you love graphic design and you want to work with the top companies in the world. It's really up to you and what your passions are for. People that are in worse positions in their lives, to where I am in a position where I can help. If I have clean water, if I have a hot shower, if I have a bed to lay on, if I'm able to go to the grocery store and spend money on food, I drove myself in my own car. You have to appreciate the little things and realize where you're at and where your life's at. There's always someone that's worse than you. So the fact that you can give back and do something, and you get to choose who you're giving back to, is pretty incredible, okay? You're gonna invest, you're gonna use 10% for a business, playing with it, saying, hey, this is $100, I'm gonna try it out. And you're just blowing it because you're already living off 70%. So if it doesn't work out, you buy a product, you start building a t-shirt, whatever it is, that money is gonna be going towards your business or whatever that you would like to do, okay? And then the last 10% would be for the marketplace. The awesome thing about stocks and the marketplace, and whether it be cryptocurrency now, it's businesses need your capital, and they will pay you dividends, and they'll pay you more. And if the value of their company increases, you get more for just loaning them their money in the first place. That is what they call in the Richest Man of Babylon, the 3-bucket system, the financial independence. The whole point here is that we're rewiring our mind. We're changing the way that we view money. We want to go from, okay, we got paid, cool, I got $600 in my bank account, now I can go out and eat with my friends. Oh, and now I can go get some new clothes, or I'm gonna put new tires on my car, or whatever it is, right? We go and spend money. This is what the poor mindset is. We go and spend money, and then we save what's left. The rich mindset is, when you get paid, you save it, you invest it, and then you spend what's left. So every time you get paid, start being aware of this. And I'll include a link to some quick little sheets how you can track your money, which is, if you don't track your money, then highly recommend using one of these sheets. This is very valuable. I've been using it for years now, and it's the #1 thing where it's like, okay, here's my money. This is exactly what I have for the month, for the years. You can know what you're gonna make. You would be surprised with how many people that I talk to that don't know their income. How do you not know your income? You're working 1/3 of your life at least, and you don't know what you're getting paid. There's a problem there. And if they don't know what they're getting, if they don't know what they're receiving, you bet that they're not knowing what they're spending. So become a master of your money. You don't have to have millions of dollars to become financially free. What you need to do is start small and have the right principles and the right money philosophy to grow. Because, you know, what is 10 cents out of a dollar, you might ask? 10 cents is not going to get me the house that I want to have, Jacob. No. But let's just say for, you know, poor money spending, every week you go out with your friends on Friday night, and on average you spend $50. Well, what if instead that $50 you say, it's Friday night, it's $50, what is that? Well, $50 that night seems like nothing, you know, but that is $200 a month. Well, what's $200 a month? And then you start seeing $200 a month. Well, that's $400 in 2 months, and so on and so on. And now in 5 years, you could have a couple grand to say, I'm gonna put a deposit down on a home. I'm going to take a trip to Belize like I've always wanted to. And you start seeing, I'm gonna put 3 grand into Bitcoin or Ethereum or you know, cryptocurrency and see what it does. But now you have the option. So it's learning how to make more money without having to go to your boss and say, I need a raise, or quit your job and get something else. Because at the end of the day, you don't get paid for your time. Even though you make $12 an hour, $20 an hour, whatever that number is, you don't get paid for time. You get paid for your value. So the more valuable that you become, the more that you will get paid. And you have to see someone like Elon Musk or the owners of Coca-Cola or Warren Buffett. Why do they get so much money? Because they are so valuable and they provide value to millions and millions of people. Like, you cannot go anywhere, maybe like, you know, Korea, without seeing a Coca-Cola bottle. Everywhere sells Coca-Cola. They're worldwide. That's how they can make billions of dollars, right? Whereas someone like a plumber, maybe they make good money, 100,000, 80,000, maybe 200,000, you don't know, in that ballpark of 200,000 below. Why is it that they have to work and they work so much harder than investors and they don't get paid as much? Well, because they're not that valuable. They're valuable to the person that they come over and fix their sink or fix their toilet or fix their whatever, but that's just one person. If they were all over the world and their business was fixing every leak that you can find, then he would be making millions and millions of dollars. So you're starting to see, the more valuable you become, the more money in turn that you'll get. And again, it's not about money and having more money, it's about the person that you become in the process of doing it. Where do you want to be in 10 years? Do you see yourself working at the same spot where you're at right now? Are your goals to live minimum wage, or is your goal to be financially free? You might be wondering, how do I get started? What do I do with becoming financially free? Well, pick up The Richest Man in Babylon, give it a read. Invest in yourself, and you figure out what amount you need to live off of. And whatever that amount is, live off of it. Do I really need this? Or should I use this money to invest? Because maybe it's $5 here, maybe it's $30 here, but it adds up over time. And if you just tracked, not from a week or 2 weeks or a couple months, but if you look in 10 years, if I keep spending this money, how much money would I be missing out on? Action steps, start tracking the money. Track it. Know where your money's at. Know what you have in your accounts at all times. Live below your means, number 2. Number 3, start practicing investments and your business, that capital. Remember, we're gonna donate. Every time you get paid, put 10%, 5%, whatever the amount is, just donate to someone. You make $1,000, put $100 into something. If you lose it, you lost it. On a day-to-day basis, add value to someone. You have the choice, and this goes deep into mindset and philosophy. You have the choice to be unhappy or happy. You have the choice to be angry or excited. You have the ability to take the negativity around you and turn it into whatever you want it to be. What's inside of you, and what are you gonna give to the world? Whether they're mean to you, whether they're happy with you, doesn't matter the outside. What's within, and how are you gonna give that to the world?